new president, whose name is Donald Putin Trump. Syphilis. The New Republic has a theory that Donald Trump may have contracted syphilis in the 1980s, around the time he looked like this. And Melania looked like this.
Clears throat dramatically. Where does one even begin with this delectable saga of Trumpian proportions, dear viewers? The stage has been set for a clash of the titans, a verbal smackdown that has the entire wizarding world all a-Twitter. On one side, we have the former Muggle-in-Chief himself, the one and only Donald Trump, a man whose very name has become synonymous with controversy, ego, and a complete lack of tact. And on the other, we have the legendary Chelsea Handler, a comedic icon whose sharp wit
was prepared and well-informed, and he said stuff like this.
They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets.
The only dead pet I know about is the one on your head, and she mopped the f***ing floor with it.
Wit and savage roasting abilities are the stuff of legend. Please don't forget to subscribe and like this video. It is free and help us bring you enjoyable content. And of course, watch till the end. It all began.
Now she wants to do transgender operations on illegal aliens that are in prison.
Why can't you just be happy you'll have somebody to date when you get to prison, girl, huh? He lied about everything. He said he knows nothing about Project 2025. He lied about the 2020 election, and he lied about IVF.
I have been
when Chelsea, in a moment of pure Gryffindor-worthy courage, took the stage.
A leader on fertilization.
No, you're not. That's Nick Cannon, asshole. But Trump's biggest lie was about his health care.
So just a yes or no, you still do not have a plan?
I have concepts of a plan.
And unleashed a verbal barrage that would have even the mightiest of hippogriffs cowering in fear. This guy, the legendary comedian, proclaimed, her brow furrowed in a look of pure disdain, should not be anywhere near the Oval Office, let alone the Wisengamot. He's like a niffler that found its way into Gringotts, trying to pass off leprechaun gold as the real deal. The crowd, a mix of Muggle and wizarding folk alike, erupted in a thunderous roar.
Who the majority of Americans think is a huge fucktard.
Their laughter echoing through the halls like the triumphant battle cries of a horde of acromantulas. But Chelsea was just getting started. With a casual flick of her wand, she unleashed a torrent of savage one-liners that would have even the most hardened of Aurors applauding in sheer admiration. This guy, she continued, her voice dripping with a sarcasm so thick you could practically taste the fizzing whiz-bees, thinks he's a tough guy, but he's really just a squib with a bad comb-over and a pocket full of flu powder. The audience, now in the throes of hysterical laughter, was practically vibrating with...
Would you ever have Donald Trump on your show?
No.
What if he asked you?
No.
What about Melania? Would you have her on your show?
Melania? What's to talk about what? She can barely speak English.
A sense of glee. And Chelsea, ever the consummate performer, was just getting warmed up. In the aftermath of Chelsea's epic takedown, the wizarding world was left in a state of awe and reverence. The internet...
What do you think about her as the First Lady?
Exactly what I think about him as the first man. Nothing. I don't respect either one of those people.
If he were here right now, what would you say to him?
Fuck off. Fuck off.
A vast and ever-changing tapestry of magical memes and viral moments was ablaze with praise for the legendary comedian's savage display of verbal wizardry. Late-night wizarding world hosts, their faces alight with a glee that would make even the mightiest of house elves proud.
Ivanka was sold to us as the progressive voice of reason who would be able to moderate Trump's crazy impulses. But whenever he does anything reprehensible, she skips town. Like when he proposed the first Muslim ban, she went skiing in Aspen. When he gutted funding for Planned Parenthood, she went skiing in Whistler.
Hailed Chelsea as a true hero, a champion of the people who had dared to speak the truth that so many had been too afraid to utter. And as for Trump, well, let's just say that the former Muggle-in-Chief was redder than a
When he fired James Comey, she went skiing on the powdery slopes of Mount Kofifi. Ivanka was supposed to be our Wonder Woman, but now we're just wondering where the fuck that woman is.
Gryffindor's Quidditch robes, his brittle ego shattered into a million tiny pieces. He tried to hit back, of course, unleashing a torrent of howlers and angry missives that would make even the most hardened of Aurors cringe. But alas, the damage had been done.
Are I started wondering what Donald Trump will be saying to his kids and Melania's body double sitting in his gold-plated dining room. Trump has a lot to be thankful for. On his recent trip to Asia, he got to play this super fun game of Red Rover in the Philippines with Duterte.
And Trump, for all his bluster and bravado, had been reduced to a mere footnote in the annals of wizarding world history, a cautionary tale of what happens when you try to take on a master of the craft. As the dust settled,
Well, that Melania was able to find a new friend when she was over in Beijing. It turns out she's as eloquent on Twitter as her husband. After meeting the panda, Melania tweeted, "Wonderful to met Gugu."
and the world caught its collective breath, it became clear that this moment would go down as a true watershed in the annals of wizarding world history. Chelsea's Savage Roast had not only captivated the hearts and minds of fans, but it had also become a symbol of the power of truth, the importance of standing.
Trump is tired of all the infighting. You know he hates when people fight. He absolutely hates it.
I'd like to punch him in the face, I'll tell you. I'm going to bomb the shit out of him.
Standing up to those who would seek to abuse their power. This is a moment that will be remembered for generations to come, said Hermione Granger, the brightest witch of her age and a steadfast advocate for justice and equality.
The crap out of him, would you? Seriously. Okay? Just knock the hell. I promise you, I will pay for the legal fees. I promise. Yeah, throw him out. Throw him out.
Chelsea has shown us that even in the face of overwhelming adversity, the power of the truth can prevail. She's given us all a valuable lesson in the importance of using our voices to stand up to those who would seek to corrupt the very fabric.
Come out into the cold. Go home to mommy. Go home to mommy.
Of our society. And indeed, the lessons of this epic showdown are ones that we would all do well to heed. For in a world where the lines between truth and fiction have become increasingly blurred, where the very foundations of our democracy are under threat, it's more important than
Here for biopics, a complete unknown about Bob Dylan, Maria Callas, and Honora about
ever to stand up and speak out, to use the power of our words to cut through the chaos and shine a light on the truth. So, to all you budding wizarding world comedians out there, take a page from Chelsea's playbook. Embrace your inner Dumbledore, channel your inner Godric Gryffindor, and let your voice
Trump told Bannon and Kushner if they don't take care of this, he will, which means he's going to go golfing and let someone else figure it out.
be heard. For in the end, it is not the size of your wand, but the strength of your conviction that will determine the course of our shared destiny. Join us.
Donald Trump was even more of a bag than we originally thought. We heard some truly insane testimony from Cassidy Hutchinson, a top aide to Trump's chief of staff, Mark Meadows.
In this fight for the very soul of our world, dear viewers, raise your wands high and let your voices echo through the halls of Hogwarts and beyond. Together, we can slay the basilisks of misinformation.
Cassidy painted a very unflattering portrait of Trump's behavior on January 6th, including the little bitch fit he threw when the Secret Service wouldn't let him go to the Capitol.
Vanquish the dementors of apathy and restore the sanctity of our hard-won democratic institutions. The time for action is now. The future of our wizarding world hangs in the balance, and it is up to us, the brave and the true, to ensure that the light of truth and justice prevails. So what say you, my fellow magic wielders? Are you ready to answer the call and become the heroes our world so desperately needs?